All right, welcome. So I want to do something a little different today, which is people have questions about the top schools in the country to get your Master of Social Work. So I did a little research for you, and I'm going to give you a gift tonight, and I'm going to show you the top 10 social work programs in the country and go through some things like cost, what it takes to get in, little things like that. So as you're picking and choosing, you'll have some direction. Welcome to the dark side of therapy. What can I tell you? If you're new, if you're green, you've landed in the right place. So education is very important to me. I have a master's in social work from Portland State University, and I got curious about what are the top social work schools in the country. And it turns out every so often, U.S. News and World Report puts together a list of the top 10 social work programs in the country. And they look at other programs too, like nursing and doctor programs, all that. But they have a brand new one out, so I thought, let's have a look at it. And here's how they rank them. They basically give feedback forms to faculty and deans and all that, and they take the information. They didn't give me a formula for this, so I'm kind of going with what they told me. They put it together, and they do the ranking system. Now, here's what's interesting. It's not just 1 through 10. It actually breaks down into a couple of numbers are the same. So, for example, there's 2 9s, 2 7s, 2 5s, because they tie. And that's just the way it is. So let's go ahead and begin. Number 9, the University of California, Los Angeles, or UCLA. So I want to start with cost, which is if you're an in-state student, it's going to be $36,286. If you're an out-of-state student, it's going to be $66,490. The acceptance rate, well, they admit about 100 applicants every year, which is not a lot, about 20 to 25% of the applicant pool. So this is a pretty competitive program. I didn't notice an online option. It's possible they have one, but I didn't see one. To get in, you at least need a 3.0 GPA. Most applicants have at least a 3.5, and the average GPA is 3.6. Now, what are the benefits to living in Southern California? Well, pretty easy. Beautiful weather. You've got the beach nearby. You've got the Lakers. You've got the UCLA Bruins. I've got college football on the mind, so that's also coming through. Number 9, Case Western University. So this is a university that's in Cleveland, Ohio. The cost for this one was a little bit tougher to figure out, but the best number I could come up with was $98,796 for 2 years. It appears the cost is the same for in-state as out-of-state. The acceptance rate is 49.3%. Now this is what's great. They have in-person, online, and intensive weekend programs. I did an intensive weekend program as part of my bachelor's degree, and it was tough. I did not like going to school on the weekends for 8 hours at a clip both days, but I did it, and this option actually works really well for working adults. To get in, and this is interesting too, you only need a 2.7 GPA. Okay. Benefits of Cleveland, if you're a Browns fan, you're going to be loving it. Number 7, University of Texas. This Austin University, based on a 9-credit semester, is going to cost you $65,284 for in-state. Out-of-state, it's going to be $82,820. The acceptance rate is about 18.2%. Did not see an online option. Must have a GPA of at least 3.0. Now, they emphasize you're going to have a better chance of getting in if you've done volunteer or paid work in the social services field. My master's degree at Portland State was the same way. They wanted you to have some kind of experience. Now, here's the benefits of Austin. I did a little bit of research. There's a lot to do in this town, a lot to do, a lot of great restaurants. And the state of Texas is full of great stuff. Obviously, it gets hot there, but the opportunities are limitless, and the job opportunities are great too for social workers. So it's one to look into. The University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill. Now, the cost of this university for the MSW program is going to be $50,684 for residents and $78,972 for non-residents. The acceptance rate is 19.8%. No apparent online options. The GPA they admit is usually 3.2 to 3.5. Now, the perks of North Carolina, well, you're near the beach. That's one huge perk. And you're one of the original colony states, so they have that going for them too. Number 5, the University of California, Berkeley. So this is where we start to get really, really expensive. The cost for an in-state resident for the MSW program at the University of California, Berkeley is $93,688. The non-resident option is $105,932. Again, pretty expensive. The acceptance rate is 28.4%. No apparent online options. You only need a 3.0 to get in, but again, it looks like the school is very competitive. The perk, it's Northern California. You've got wineries, you've got vineyards. The ocean is not too far, and you're basically right by San Francisco. Number 5, Columbia University, New York, New York. Now, here we get expensive again, and I could not find a separation between in-state and out-of-state, but the cost is $104,144. The acceptance rate is 40.1%. Doesn't look like there's an online option. Didn't see a required GPA either, but this is interesting. Their website says you need to be able to do work at the B level. I thought, again, that can mean a lot of different things because a B means something different at every undergrad school that you're at. The perks, it's New York. You've got Central Park. Again, great food, great art, great culture. The downside is New York is one of the most expensive cities to live in the world. And as we all know, as MSW students, we usually leave school fairly flat broke. Number 2, Washington University, St. Louis, Missouri. Not to be confused with the University of Washington, which we're going to talk about in a few minutes. The cost of this private university is $44,524 for in-state students and $74,318 for out-of-state students. Acceptance rate hovers about 49%. Did not notice an online option for this school. GPA's got to be 3.0, but check this out. They will consider, quote, exceptional applicants with less than a 3.0. However, you have to write about the circumstances of your GPA, so you still have a shot to get in. The perks here, they have the arch, the St. Louis Arch. So again, they have that going for them. So again, that's something to look into. Number 2, the University of Washington at Seattle. At a cost of about $46,000 for in-state students and about $75,000 for out-of-state students, this is really a reasonable school. The acceptance rate is about 49%. GPA needs to be in that 3.0 area, and I cannot think of a better place to go to school because the Pacific Northwest is wonderful. Again, you've got the beach, you've got the lakes, you've got a lot of arts and culture. Seattle is just a great place, so definitely an option you want to think about. Number 2, the University of Chicago in Chicago. So this private school is going to cost you $80,826. This appears to be for both in-state and out-of-state students. The acceptance rate is fairly low, between 10 and 20%. I did not see an online option for the University of Chicago. Your GPA, again, this seems a little bit low, at least 2.8. I'm imagining they're getting applicants with much higher GPAs than that. The perks, again, Chicago, great sports town, great entertainment, one of the biggest cities in the world. Again, very, very, very costly to live there. And the number 1 school, the number 1 ranked school where you can get your Masters of Social Work, the University of Michigan at Ann Arbor. The cost for the University of Michigan MSW program is $75,018 for residents and $75,629 for out-of-state residents. The acceptance rate is 35%. They do have an online option, which is nice. GPA does not appear they have a GPA requirement as they evaluate every prospective student individually. Perks, Michigan's a great state. It's beautiful, and you can cheer on the Wolverines. Here I go again with the college football thing. So those are the top 10 schools according to U.S. News and World Report. And what they've done is they've looked at literally 170 schools here out of the more than 330 schools in the country. So that's a lot. And again, you've got so many wide open options. Some schools are going to be cheaper. Some schools are going to be even more expensive. But I wanted to give you the top 10 list. And I like that it kind of spreads the entire country too. We go from the West Coast to the East Coast. We'll probably do a follow-up video to this at some point, looking at regional MSW programs in different states. Every state has at least one program, and it'd be kind of fun to look into those. So thank you very much, and as always, please please subscribe to us, and stay in tune for the next video. All right, thank you so much.